Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Franchise Pearson, and welcome again to my channel. We have July 7th, 7/7 of 2024, and it is 3:50 p.m. Hope you guys are having a great day. Well, the merry-go-round continues. Will Biden stay or will he get out? This just came across my feed within the hour from Meet Kevin. Wow, Biden to drop out by Friday. But that's not really why I'm doing this video, but I will give you this excerpt, and then I will show you how Biden on the campaign trail today, it is coded with the 5 C's. That is what I believe. Let's get this party started.
Following, we have headlines by Axios suggesting that now we are in uncharted, historic waters. Mind you, this is an Axios piece, generally pretty liberal. And we hear here, President Biden, backed by First Lady Jill Biden and his convicted son Hunter, who's serving as a de facto gatekeeper for longtime friends, says that nothing besides an act of God will persuade him to quit his re-election campaign. But outside Biden's protective bubble, a fast-growing number of Democrats are praying for and plotting a more earthly intervention. That's a pretty thick threat there against Joe Biden. Keep in mind, Congress comes back into session tomorrow. In fact, J-PAL will be speaking on Thursday and Friday before the House and then the Senate. So we'll get to see a little bit of Federal Reserve action here. But anyway, they want everyone from the Obamas to congressional leaders to beg Biden to drop out by this Friday.
This Friday. Again, the merry-go-round goes round and round and round. Man, politically dizzy. What are they doing? Who leaked this? This came out of Axios. But let me get to the reason why I'm doing this video. See this here? We got Ronald Reagan. Yeah, Ronald Reagan. We got something that might connect presidents and things that go down and have gone down. So here we have President Biden. He's with Fetterman and his wife. And then we have this gentleman here in a striped purple tie. And look at his hands. Look at his hands. I told you it was coded. Is he sending a message? Listen.
I tried this when I was a senator, kept pushing it as well, but now it's policy. We're going to build this economy from the middle out and the bottom up. As the middle class does well and ordinary people have a shot, everything.
When you have a what? Listen to his words.
Philosophy in our government for the longest time, including with some Democrats, of trickle-down economics. The very wealthy did really well, everybody else would do well, and it would trickle down. Well, my dad was a hard-working guy. My dad was a fine man. Not a whole lot ever trickled down his kitchen table. So when I got elected, I mean it sincerely from the bottom of my heart, I decided, and I tried this when I was a senator, kept pushing it as well, but now it's policy. We're going to build this economy from the middle out and the bottom up. As the middle class does well and ordinary people have a shot, everything.
What does that remind you of? Didn't I bring you a video back in the day when Trump said a few times in New York, a shot? I'm just putting it out there, a shot. Because he said, we're going to give New York a shot. That's what Trump said back in the day when he was at the construction site, right? And I believe the very next day, the horses began to gallop in Britain. Just reminiscing here, but it's the word, the shot, gets you here. Now watch this.
It works. We have the strongest economy in the world. We got more we have to do, though. We have to let people know, first and foremost, we really care about them. I mean, that's.
Now I'm going to stop right here. Again, he's got the purple tie on. That is Phoenician, people. Is that coincidence? And look at his hands. Is he not making the pyramid sign? And then you have this here, para. I pulled this up. But this gentleman here, it looks like he makes that sign too. I want you to watch his hands. See if I can get a little bit of this, okay? Watch.
It's basic stuff. It's basic stuff. We've been drawing crowds that have been really big crowds ever since the debate, not joking. Even that night of the debate, we had great crowds afterwards. And so things are moving. They're moving hard. And look, the other thing is that people want to know you care.
Now it's not coming up there, so I moved too far. But he did make that sign. Gonna have to trust me on that. I want to get in trouble with copyright because I might have went too long. But we have people in the black and white, play both sides. Now let's look at yeah, that's black and white. Look, I'm just keeping it real. Here's that word. Panorama. I believe that was on the guy's chest. If that was the word, it's 47. And he said the word shot. Biden said the word shot. And now you got 47. Trump was the one that said shot the first time. I'm just putting it out there. Who's trying to be the 47th president? Both of them. But I'm just putting it out there. They both has put emphasis on that word shot. Okay? Now, here's Biden at a church in Philadelphia. Notice the purple. I know a lot of churches have purple, but watch how this gets.
We're all called to be doers of the world. In this nation, that means keeping our eyes on the North Star, the very idea of America, that we're all created equal in the image of God and deserve to be treated with dignity and respect our entire lives. We've never fully lived up to that, but we've never fully walked away from it either. And that's because of you and generations before you who led the church from slavery to freedom, always praying, always believing that joy cometh in the morning. You've never given up. There's more to do to deliver jobs and justice. There's more to do. But above all, we need to protect our rights, the rights of all Americans, to make
all that vigor, right? But look at those colors. Look at those colors. Is that coincidence? New subscribers, welcome. Phoenician, purple and blue. Let's go there. Phoenician colors.
According to Harriet Rusco Design.
Phoenician colors. We're going to get this right. Speaker. Phoenician colors, Tiffany blue and purple. Here we go. These are the colors right here. These are the colors that represent these hidden gods which are running the world. The Tiffany blue and the purple. And the purple rain is coming. The R-E-I-G-N. Do you understand? These are the gods back in the day. They used to sacrifice babies to Moloch, Baal, and Satan. They were almost made extinct by the Roman Empire. They were seamen. They went out to the sea looking for fish. They had the best boats in the world. They also cast their nets for a clam or a seashell. In that seashell or that clam was a purple dye. Only the royalty had that. And the purple is how they speak, and the Tiffany blue is how they speak. So, do you think it's coincidence that this man is adorned with this background? Do you think that this church put this up here on purpose, or Biden's group had him get there on purpose? And notice it gives that appeal of like, look, I'm keeping it real, of a majesty and or the hereafter. Okay? When I first brought you the first video by Kevin, he has that also. Look at that. Look at that purple and that Tiffany blue. It's beaming, ain't it? Like he's a savior, or he's about to go up yonder. I'm just keeping it real. Are they staging something? Are they trying to tell us something? Now let's go here. On one of those shirts, on the wall, and that looks like that's in the purple family. As Biden was speaking, I noticed that we're on board. On board. Looks like that's in purple. On board. We're on board. So if you take the word on board, the words, look at what you get. 33. 33 as in Masonic. Speaking without speaking, right? Then he's in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. They are the sixth largest city. The sixth. Get interesting, right? Now check this out. Here is the governor. The governor, Mrs. Shapiro. He's the governor of Pennsylvania. And he is the 48th governor. And April 8th, what did we get? We got the X. X is like being taken out. Is this making more sense to you? Why did Biden choose to go to Philadelphia, the birthplace of America? Isn't that what it's called? And he is the 48th governor. You understand? The 48th, which is to me April 8th. The eclipse was April 8th. The X, like being taken out. I think they're speaking. Now look at what we have here. If we take Shapiro's date of birth of June 20th, if we take June 20th of 2024, just had a birthday, subtract it from today, what Biden is there, 7/7/2024, the difference is that 24. What is 24? 24, the 24th letter of the alphabet is X. Now you see what I'm saying? The eclipse is X, right? April 8th was the eclipse. And Shapiro is the what? The 48th governor. It matches like a glove. 48 is the eclipse, and an X came across the world. And now you take his birthday, subtract it from today, you get 2 weeks and 4 days. The 24th letter of the alphabet is X. This couldn't fit any more perfect. Now let's go here. Listen to what Biden has been saying. I noticed that, you probably noticed it too, what he's been saying since the Stephanopoulos interview. Listen.
Good morning. President Biden spent yesterday at his home in Delaware, a brief break from public events in what may be the most intense time of his political career. But the question now is whether he can stop the bleeding in his own support or whether those calls for him to step aside.
Did you hear that? Look, people, I'm just keeping it real. Stop the bleeding? Huh? Come on now. Listen to the words. Oh, Pearson, you're stretching. No, I'm pointing out what they're saying. 24, 48, shot, now stop the bleeding. Come on, baby.
Bleeding in his own support or whether those calls for him to step aside career. But the question now is whether he can stop the bleeding in his own support or whether those calls for him to step aside will grow even louder. President Biden went to Mass Saturday, a day after saying only a heavenly power could convince him to drop out of the race.
If the Lord Almighty came down and said, Joe, get out of the race, I'll get out of the race. The Lord Almighty's not coming down.
Those comments in an exclusive interview with ABC News anchor George Stephanopoulos signaled the president is digging in as pressure builds within his own party. On Sunday, top House Democrats will hold a virtual call to discuss Biden's candidacy after a fifth House member called for the president to step aside. Congresswoman Angie Craig of Minnesota saying she does.
Now, let's go back and listen to his words again.
of the race.
If the Lord Almighty came out and said, Joe, get out of the race, I'd get out of the race, and Lord Almighty's not coming down.
He's been saying Lord Almighty a lot. Lord Almighty comes out to what? 63. 666. Come on, y'all, this is deep. And in ordinal, it's 144. So let's find out about 144, shall we? The 144th day of the year is May 24th. Why is that important? If you take May 24th of 2024, which just passed, subtract it from today of 7/7, do you know what you get? You get 44 days. And who was the 44th president? Barack Obama. I told you the video. I told you the first part of the video is coded. The 5 C's, clues, codes, colors, confirmation, time, conclusion. I had people criticize. Pierce used the same numbers every time. I use the numbers that are there that they give us. That's what I use. Satan has to speak. He has to speak. They got to forewarn us. That's just the unwritten rule. And yes, a lot of the numbers are similar. But hey, God gave the fool parameters and boundaries. And he think he's so slick because he's fooling 99.9% of the world. But you guys know. And I appreciate the gift that God gave me. So yeah, 5/24 from 7/7, 44 days, it's speaking. Now look at this. Abraham Lincoln. He was taken out. He died April 15th, 1865. Between the words stop the bleeding and 48 and 24 and Joe looking like he about to go to heaven. Of course I had to think about shooting because he said the shot, give it a shot. Okay? And then this is right in front of him, all this red, now that I think about it. I'm not saying something gonna happen, but I'm just listening to what they're saying. It's making me think. So, Abraham Lincoln's death date. His death date is April 15th. If you move April 15th of 2024, just had the anniversary of his death, subtract it from today, 7/7. Look at what you get. 84. My God. Barack Obama was born August 4th. Do you think this is all coincidence? And then on top of that, backwards is 322. And that's skull and bones. People, these are the last days. I'm going to keep doing what I believe God wants me to do. I appreciate you guys being here. And again, I believe these are signs. They're subtle. And I believe this whole day was scripted. The whole day was scripted. It's telling. It's telling. From the man having his fingers shaped like a pyramid all the way to Joe, look like he going to glory. It's telling. And I'm reporting. In Jesus' mighty name, I'm reporting. God bless America.